Welcome in. It's day one of the ZRL finals on Danger Noodle. We're here and we are up against two teams in our pool. We're up against the CC team and the eSRT team. Today is a scratch race, 32 kilometres, and we have tried to field 6 for these finals. Riders had to be eligible from doing enough races throughout the regular season. So it was a bit tough to get some of the guys together for a full team, but we've done that. Now, my plan, I am on the attack early, using a feather straight out of the gate. I had two plans for this race. One was to try and be aggressive to break the race up so that the guys in our team that don't want it to come to a sprint have some room to get away. So I'm using every opportunity I can to keep the pace high, to fatigue some of the legs in the field. And as you can see, now some of those guys are going over the top and continuing. My other plan was to basically neutralize those same guys in other teams. So a rider that can sprint as well as is strong is going to finish up there regardless. You can't help that. But if I can neutralize a rider without a sprint, that if it comes to a bunch finish, they're going to get beaten, then it's good for the team. So as you can see, again, we are, whenever it kind of eases, I'm helping out here. Now, it's been pretty solid so far, and this is where things really start to happen. I make another bit of a move as we start Titans, and this is where the pack actually splits. So you can see right now there are 5 of us that are just starting to get away. Now this is significant. I keep on the pressure here, and I know at the moment that the situation is not too bad for us. We have 2 out of that 5, and you'll soon see as we continue to head up here that Alex Lack, so at 7 seconds, he starts the chase to try and come to us as well, which this is significant for what happens for the rest of the race. So I keep the pace hot to try and take away a bit of that pressure from that group at 10 seconds, trusting that Alex is going to get there. And now he gets close enough, I just ease back a little bit and hope that he can catch by pushing some really good power. And at the same time, he's with another rival from eSRT, and they're getting close to us. And as this happens, you'll find it quite interesting. Alex, I think, actually manages to come across on his own, which is absolutely perfect for us. So you can see there now, Alex is at 0 seconds, and this is where I know he's attached, and I go back to the front to continue to push that pace, because now we have 3 out of 5, and those numbers are really good. So we're heading up Titans. We've got 3 of the lead 5. Really, really good situation for us right now. You can see the gap at 30 seconds to the main pack there. And that contains some fantastic riders. We've got Marco, Gatesy, and Wilson. So those guys, full trust that they'll take care of what they need to throughout. And I just noticed that Alex is dropping towards the top of Titans. That was a really big effort to get across. So it's in my best interests here to sit up and wait for Alex to not ruin those numbers that we've created. Like if Alex was to be isolated here, he probably he could end up back in the pack, which is not what we want. And in a race like this, it's not about winning. It's about filling the spots as much as you can. So that's exactly what I did there. Alex is now back on terms. We're back in a good position with this quite significant descent coming up. So it's really good. You can see Mark O'Brien with the KOM jersey. At some point, the expectation is that Marco is going to be attacking, and you can see it now. He's really firing things up, trying to get that separation, and he's going again. This is the moment that he manages to get away. You can see there's a bit happening up the road, but again, I'm not fussed about this. It's my only goal is filling those numbers at this point. And Marco now has 1 second over Steele, which is soon to be even more. You can see up at 7 watts a kilo, he is there. And now it's 2 seconds. Once it's 2 seconds, a guy like Marco is away and sailing. He's just so strong. And for the moment, though, we kind of have to keep the pace honest here because we don't want to risk the group behind catching up. So I- I'm not pulling all out, but I'm certainly working. Um, and again, I'm not fussed about the first position at all here. It's simply about, if we can get 2, 3, 4, 6 or 3, 4, 5, 6, that's a brilliant result. And now Marco's got 15 seconds on those chases. He's at 20 seconds. He's super strong. So um, it's not really in our best interests to be pushing too hard, because we want Marco to try and make this group and make it a group of six if we can. So as we head into the Titans ascent in the other side, Marco's still at like 6 seconds. And I've seen him working really hard for a long time. So I now drop back just to give him that extra bit of draft to help him make that catch a little bit sooner. And again, it's a numbers game. Having 4 of 6, that would pretty much sold up for us, especially with Gatesy and Wilson out there as well. I think we had a numerical advantage on the start line as it was. So it is together. We have 4 of 6, and this is brilliant for us. And the top of Titans was actually quite unexpected. Thanks, Daz. I like the Scotty squirrel in the jersey, mate. Um, but yeah, it was quite unexpected what happens at the top here. Again, I've got that bit of a team mindset today, but now it's kind of down to 6 of us. The focus just shifts a little bit to kind of watching the other two guys, more than I have been, I guess, over the past 15 Ks or so. So there's a big attack from Sherwin. Marco's up to orange, so orange number, so I can tell he wants to not let that get away. So I pull in a big kick to make that happen, and then as Marco likes to do, he continues over the top. I just kind of slot in towards the back here, and I start to notice just a little bit of separation on the side, and I decide again I'll now come over the top and keep that pace high. You can see the red dots. Something is potentially happening here, so I'm going to keep it on and see what we can do. I've got 2 seconds, and now obviously the numbers are in my favor because we've got so many teammates that will be able to sit on the other guys in that scenario. So we kick up the speed. Marco's now got 3 seconds on the others as well. So this is looking very favorable. Really, really good team play by the guys. Now I can see that gap at 3 seconds again. Once it gets to probably 4, that's when I'm like, okay, now let's just relax to get Marco back in, and me and Marco roll turns pretty well from there and establish that gap. So there's only 5 left in the lead group now. So it's 4-on-1. And this is where Alex attacks Andrews and manages to get a couple of seconds up the road. So I'm watching this all unfold as Marco goes to the front and thinking, beautiful, 1, 2, 3, fantastic. Now hopefully Kieran can take the sprint for 4th, and that's a really job well done. Great team play as Marco and I roll to the line together. That was awesome. Really enjoyed that one. Some strong numbers there. You can see these with power numbers. What an attack from Marco to get on 6.1 to close that gap. Super strong. But what a ride from the guys. Gatesy wins the bunch sprint. Wilson did so well showing up. There's the WTRL points. 98 to 38 to 27. So a really strong showing. And there's the brackets as they look after week 1. So going into the TT in a good spot, we can dictate what happens and who goes through with the result of the TTT if we put in a good one. So hopefully that's the plan. The form is good. Comment if you want a video of my SRC race from the weekend. I managed to get my first individual payout there. So really happy with how things are tracking. If you want that video, I'm happy to post it. So let me know. Cheers, guys.